welcome back to Unfiltered Kitchen. We apologize for missing last week, but
life gets busy sometimes.
Life has been lifing.
Yeah, that's Kyle's thing.
Kyle always says that.
Yeah, life has been lifing.
I say, Kyle, how was your day? She goes, life is lifing.
Yeah.
No, but really, life was lifing last week. I felt like so much was going on.
You ever catch Kyle sometimes when she's just having a bad day, bad morning?
Yes, I have.
I called her the other day.
Yeah.
She was like, I get this hair dinner.
Yeah.
It
was a full moon. That's what she told me.
Is that what it is? A full moon? Okay.
She said it's a full moon. But she like had a bad day on Snap too.
Oh, really?
Like she told Snap,
her
energy was like depleted, and she told Snap like how she was feeling. And then I saw the next day she had to go back to Snap and tell everybody she was okay because everybody on Snap was concerned.
Well,
Yeah, they were like, girl, are you okay? We've never seen you like this. But
yeah.
I think that I talked to Kyle and I kind of explained that everybody's allowed to have a bad day.
Right.
And it's okay to not be okay. It's also okay to say, hey, I'm not feeling it today. I'm not okay. But once you understand that, how do you pull yourself out of that?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
You can't let it dictate your whole day.
You're right. And it's something I heard. I don't know where I heard it, and I'm not going to have the exact numbers right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But it was something like, if you have, and this is going to be all wrong, but you're going to get what I'm saying.
Okay.
If you have a roof over your head,
mm-hmm.
you're doing better than.
Oh, I know what I've heard this.
79% of the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a roof over your head and you haven't gone to bed hungry in the last 30 days, you're doing better than 89% of the world. Mm-hmm. It was stuff like that. So, when you take our American life and you say to yourself, I do have a job. Maybe it's not my dream job. Mm-hmm. I do have not only a roof over my head, but I have running water mm-hmm. and heat, whether it be a wall heater or a plug-in or central air.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't care where you live, but if you got these things and you've not gone to bed hungry and your kids aren't going to bed hungry, you are doing so much better than the rest of the world. Yes, you can complain.
But it should put things into perspective.
Yeah. I mean, and if you're bitching and whining, let me tell you something. You're kind of out of line, in comparison. Maybe not we watch TV and we see all this glamour and all this glitz and all this stuff going on. But let me tell you something. That's a facade. That's not really what the world is all about. And when we talk about traveling,
mm-hmm.
And that's part of what you realize when you travel, because you can go to the finest place in the world if you want to, but by way of getting there, you're going to pass through some.
Yeah. And that doesn't matter that's anywhere you go.
Yeah. Yeah. When you see the rest of the way, the way the rest of the world are the most, even within the United States, like you go to Tennessee Valley, you go to parts where it's not a big city, just so even when you're having a bad day, guys, think that your life is still a beautiful thing. Okay. Yeah. Now, yes, you can complain every once in a while, and we all want it to be a little bit better, but don't ever think that you're in such a tough situation that it's unbearable. It's bearable. You sometimes you got to cowboy. I don't generally cuss, but sometimes you just got to cowboy the fuck up. Okay, put your hat on, your big girl panties, your tall boots on, and fight through.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, and you start looking at the way other parts of the world live, you're probably well above their standard. So when you crying over,
don't do that. Not the lip quiver. Not the lip quiver.
Yeah.
No, it definitely puts things into perspective. But I do think that, I always say like it is okay to acknowledge I'm not having a good day today. I just don't know what happened. I woke up and I'm just not feeling it today. Vocalizing that and then almost like freeing yourself from it, like not internalizing it. Because I wake up plenty of days where I'm like, I don't want to do any of this. I want to lay right here. But then I also know I can't do that.
Yeah.
I have to get up.
Yeah.
Like, I have to get up.
Yeah, and being 60 plus, you have days like that. I mean, there's days you doubt yourself, you doubt what you're doing. You know, you doubt that you're going to ever make it to. But here, also, I'm evidence that you do eventually get there. So my life is good right now. shit is,
Wow.
Well, I mean, shit is easy, you know. I mean, but I've gone through, you know, having no money and, you know, owing everybody and just not sure where, you know, the next victory was going to come. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, look, I was looking at something, social media. They were talking about, I don't know who I Googled, but it said we were a rich family. I was like, oh, that's new to me. But you know what? In terms of if you want to measure richness, but not monetarily wise, mm-hmm. we really are.
I think so.
I mean, we really are. We got a lot of family support. We got a lot of love, even though there's some drama in there. You know, we get past the drama. Mm-hmm. We really are a rich family. But they were talking financially. You know, even financially, I feel now that we do okay. But in terms of rich and oh no, they say that you were born. This is what it was. You were born rich.
Yeah, I've gotten that.
And that means
I've gotten that. I was born into money.
Right. I'm like, y'all didn't see the holes in my shoes. Y'all didn't see when I was taking my kids to school, and what I did is this was my plan, and it was kind of following the same thing as my mom taught me.
It's in a putt-putt.
Live in the best neighborhood you can afford, and then get in the best schools that you can. Mm-hmm. You don't understand? My car was popping smoke out the back when I was in line to drop my kids off amongst all these Mercedes and BMWs and all that.
I used to ask him to not get in the carpool line and to either like, I'll meet you on the corner or like I'll meet you outside the structure, because I remember there was one day his car stopped in the carpool line and it was like all these cars behind us, his car smoking. It was so embarrassing. And that day he said, Chey, the car gets us from point A to B.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting there like, Grr. But now as an adult, of course, I understand it much better. But back then, I'm a kid and I'm looking at all these other kids in Mercedes and BMWs. Yeah,
you feel a little underclass. And believe me, when I'm in line, I could let myself feel underclass.
That happens when I go to take Ryder to school for me.
Do you really? Well, yeah, I've seen your cars, so you guys got a lot of fancy cars.
No, I'm okay. We have a Jeep Wrangler, 2018.
Yeah.
All right.
But their Jeeps are Mercedes.
Okay. You're saying at Ryder's school, you're saying you've seen the car lined up, right?
Yeah.
So the other day I'm in line and I'm in my Jeep, and you know, I'm very proud of my Jeep. It was my first real car that I got by myself. I was very proud of it. I'm still in. I love my Jeep. I'm not knocking it. But I'm in line. There's like a
Wait, you're in line where?
At Ryder's school.
Okay, at the
picking
school.
her up from school in the carpool line.
Right.
And I'm just like, I'm broke. I have no money compared to these people. Oh, there's a Cullinan in front of me.
Is that a car?
A big Rolls Royce.
Is that? Oh, I've seen a Rolls.
There's one in front of me that's
I'm in
yellow.
line one time to pick her up. There's two Rolls.
Was it the blue and the yellow, people? There was a blue and a yellow, and then there's a silver, there's a black. I've counted them all. Yeah, they got the big body ones, and I'm the big, not the baby Rolls, the big ones, the big boys. Okay, my little Jeep is in between the two RRs, and I'm just like, okay, all right, here I am.
Well,
my kid's, can you get my kid and get her in this car?
Well,
and I'm like, I can't do this. Like, I can't. I had to drive away and almost like talk myself off a ledge of like, she's in the school, and we pay for the school, and that's what I can afford right now. I can't afford to go get a new car. But she's in the school that I want. She's in one of the best schools.
And that's all you can do.
And that's all I can do. I can't compare myself to the other cars. But there was one day Zach did pick up and drop off. And Zach's really into cars.
Yeah.
He's into cars.
Right, he is.
He's so into cars. And he said, he was in line. He said, I never felt so stupid in this Jeep before.
So now just imagine if that Jeep was...
Oh, yeah.
Smoke coming out the back. That's kind of that. So, this is all to say, though, we go through struggles. And when I say we, I'm not talking about we. We, all of us, you will go through struggles through life, okay? Financial, emotional, family, job, da 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 da. But it's gonna be okay. Keep on grinding. Keep on pushing. Okay. And eventually it's gonna break.
Yeah.
It's gonna break.
And run your
it's either
own
gonna
race.
break or it's gonna break you. Don't let it break you. Okay?
And you have to. I'm learning now. I have to run my own race.
And another way of saying that is don't worry about the Joneses.
Yes.
They got what they got. You got what you got. Be happy. Like I said, even those times when, I'm and I pick you up, I go home, I say, you know what? They may have more dinero. They have more cash. But I don't know if they richer than us. We had our family, we was good. We was laughing and giggling and eating together and grooving, growing up, so everything was good.
Yeah.
Don't measure everything by how many zeros behind the decimal, by the dollar signs.
Yeah.
That only counts so much. And let me tell you something. You can't take that shit to heaven. It don't get you there. You can't take it with you. Would I trade my life for, let's say, Trump's life?
I wouldn't.
All the
shit he has to do
This man is older than me, still chasing dollars. He's still chasing money. Never in a day would I trade my shit.
Yeah, no.
Much richer than him. No. All right, what are we going to talk about today?
We just went on a whole rant. We had a whole plan of what we were going to talk about. But okay, one thing that I do want to talk about with you guys is a few weeks ago, my dad and I were on, I showed it on my Snapchat. I showed you kind of like behind the scenes. We were in this kitchen.
Wait, I know where you're going, but we have to do this real quick on the travel deal. Because we have been talking about the travel.
Oh, right. Okay, the travel deal. Okay, guys. So basically, this is where we're at with our trip. Everybody voted for Italy, and we are so down to go to Italy. But Italy is going to be the more expensive trip. When I'm saying expensive, it's going to be $4,000, around $4,000 for the itinerary that we have. And that's not including airfare. Right. We need to know if you guys are like, yeah, let's still do it. Or we found other trips that are more affordable, like Thailand. I found a good food itinerary trip that goes to Thailand. I found a great one that goes to Vietnam. I found a great one that went to Mexico. So it's like, let us know.
Can we do another link? Can we narrow it down to those three?
Yeah, we can put it up. Okay. I'll put it up today also. But let us know, because we do want to plan this. We do want to get this done by the end of the year, before the end of the year. But we just need to know. And
here was kind of the thought. The more affordable we could make it, then the more people would be able to participate. And since it's our first journey with this particular travel company, we wanted as many people that can participate go. Now, if it goes off good and we find that the companies, they've got nice itineraries, and because sometimes it's hard to understand what these excursions and itineraries are, because you get there and sometimes it's beautiful and then sometimes it's not. We don't know yet. So once we go and experience, see how they roll, then we can better kind of. Then
maybe we plan for the Italy one, but maybe we start on a smaller. I think we start on a smaller scale right now and then build up to that. I want more people to come, so I want to make it affordable to where more people can come. So we're gonna narrow that.
And I'm gonna tell you something like Italy. I really want Italy to be right where you could actually hit, maybe Tuscany. Maybe you can even hit Rome. You can see the Colosseum. There's so many things to do. But when you go do the wine tasting, I want that to be right.
Yeah.
At a farm that's growing their own vineyards, that's got olive oil, so you could experience the real way. I've done to a couple wine tastings. Some of them have been great. Some of them have been bullshit. Okay, like I went one off of a cruise. It was like I was so.
It wasn't good.
Oh man, I was so disappointed.
Oh dang.
I was like.
So yeah, that's one thing that we want to get done. So I'm gonna put that up today. You guys let me know today.
Right, cool.
So that's for the travel trip.
Yeah.
Now, next thing is on Thursday we have a really cool episode coming out on Bite Originals. It is like a Gordon Ramsay driven YouTube channel. It's one of Gordon Ramsay's YouTube shows called Bite. And my dad and I got to participate.
Y'all get to see I could really cook.
Oh my God.
Watch.
We got to participate and shot an episode for it. And our episode comes out on Thursday. So I need everybody to go to Buy Originals on YouTube and flood and spam our episode.
So if it goes really well, we could really kind of take the cooking portion of Unfiltered Kitchen to another level.
Yes.
Because if it goes really well, if you guys really support us on this, and then the producers that see that we have the support, then maybe possibly
we can go back and do another episode.
Yes,
or we can get our own cooking show.
Ooh.
So
and then we could have you guys as guests.
Yeah, you guys can come eat our food. Yeah. But I want to say that doing the episode, it was really cool. It was a cool experience.
It was fun. You know, so of course Chey's got more experience filming things than I do. Because I basically just get to do it when she does it. Or, you know, sometimes I get invited on Teen Mom. You know, which is always fun. People are always cool. Producers are good. They you know. And then we get to do this. But I've never been on like a set where
we don't know anybody.
Yeah. So it was nice. It was like this nice little kitchen setup. You know, they had all we got to tell them before what we need, product that we needed.
Okay, so the concept of the show is that you're arguably the best. So are you arguably the best at making a breakfast sandwich or a hamburger? Or are you arguably the best at making pizza or making tacos? So we chose a dish that we both think that we were the best at making. And
yeah,
I can't tell you guys anymore, but arguably the best at what it was. So we picked a dish that we both felt like we were really good at making, and we gave them like everything that we need for it. So they had everything there on the set, and they had a real chef there.
Yeah.
That was like checking stuff, and like you had to like walk her through what you're gonna do. I was intimidated.
Right.
It was intimidating for me.
I was cool with it. I was scared.
I was scared. I was nervous.
I'm gonna tell you only why I was cool with it. Because when we picked a dish, you know, we have family dishes that
we all make.
So she got to make it the way
I grew up.
We've made it.
Yeah.
And it's good. So, but we had to make the same dish. So I had to switch mine a little bit.
Yeah.
And kind of
make it your own.
Yeah. But what I did though is I experimented a little bit at the house.
He practiced. I didn't practice. I've made it my whole life, but I still probably should have practiced because I got up there and fumbled. I was so nervous.
You did well. No,
I was so nervous. And then there was somebody who came in, tried our dishes, and then she picks a winner.
Right.
So you guys have to go and watch it because it was a lot of fun for us to shoot.
It was fun.
And it was just a really cool experience outside of like other film things that we've done. That was one that was just a cool experience. Yeah. But it showed me how much I would like to actually do a cooking show.
Yeah.
Like on a set, like a kitchen set with the lights and production.
You got to show me how to do those things like you did with your kimchi. Where you and Zaina did it.
Yeah.
And it's like.
I got it edited. I sent it to an editor.
Oh, can I do it? Because I cook all the time, and I started actually filming some of my dishes.
Yeah, send me what you got, and then I'll get it edited.
Okay. And it could be a short.
Yeah.
Or however. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, watch. You guys might see more and more of my cooking.
So you guys make sure you check out Bite Originals, spam their Instagram, spam their YouTube, and make sure that they know that you guys are there for us. Okay. So that's Bite. We handled Trip. We handled Bite. Now the next thing that I want to talk about is what we're going to talk about over the next few weeks.
Okay.
And leading up, because we're going into Black History Month, my dad and I really want to hone in on that for the next few weeks going into February. When I say that, we want to highlight and talk about Black love, Black marriages, Black fathers, the importance of these things and the reason why we want to highlight them. What do you think?
I think, well, okay, let me just say this. I understand who our audience is. Mm-hmm. Our audience is predominantly women, by far. and I don't know if it's predominantly white, but there's a large portion of white. Not a whole lot of black people. Well, wait a minute. No, most people I talk to.
I think it's pretty mixed. I think we have a diverse.
We do
group.
definitely have a diverse. We do have a diverse. And so I think maybe what I was thinking is the black people I'm not worried about talking to them about Black history. The white people I'm not worried about. What I think about though is this something that you want to hear about? Because I look at a lot of Black history clips, not for the month of February, throughout my life. I know Black history. And I look at it from the standpoint of Black people telling it, and there's some very good, I think, clips of white people telling it. Like, I don't know if you guys know Jane Goodall. I think that's her name. I throw her up on my thing every once in a while. Most of the clips that I have like that, I keep to myself because I like the education of them. I never know if the people that would, look at my story, if that's going to be interesting to them. But I'm going to start throwing them up there.
I think you should.
Now, the reason I bring up the ethnicity, the white, the Hispanic, the Black, is because even though you may not be Black or of color, the reason I would put them up there is because I want you to know. I want you to be able to share the richness of another culture. Believe me, I know your culture. I really do. I know about Judaism. I know about Islam. I know about European history. I mean, I've been taught this.
Yeah.
I've learned this. Black history isn't taught. So what happens is you get what you know about us, or you think it's all cliche. It's all stereotypes. Okay? Just like I'm gonna tell you yesterday, I was playing pickleball and I started to say something to this guy, but I didn't. Here was the scenario.
Okay.
We were playing. It was me, two other brothers in the white cat. We're all playing because you play 4 people, 2 against 2. So when you get off the court, you go and you put your rackets or your paddles in like a rotating saddle.
Okay.
Right? So we got off the court. We came over and another court was opening up. And this other guy, who's a nice guy, he doesn't really know me well, but I know I know he's not racist. But what he said is, "Oh, y'all can go over there. 3 black guys. You just go over to the court. They're gonna give it up. They might even give you their jewelry, their wallet, everything."
Oh my God!
Now he meant it as a joke, so I didn't go back. I started to tell him later how racist that was, but I just didn't. I'll tell him later. I'll have a conversation with him later. He didn't mean anything by it. It was a bad joke.
It was prejudice.
It was stereotypical prejudice.
Yes.
See, that's the type of things that you hear about us, meaning Black people. And I know the guy. He's a nice enough guy. He's even of color. I don't know. He might be Portuguese. I don't know what he is exactly. But I'm going to have a conversation with him. But I don't want our audience to only hear that side of the story. I don't want you to hear only that you see on The Wire or the programs that they air. Yeah. There's a whole history that I'd like to be able to share with you. And what better time than Black history? Yeah. So I think with that said, basically we want to know if this is a topic that you guys would like us to cover in the next few weeks. And I have some ideas behind it. I want to get us in the studio with Think Loud crew, get Kyle on. I want to get Corey and Zach on. And I really want to talk about like Black fathers, the importance of Black fathers and highlighting Black fathers. And because the stereotype is that there aren't Black fathers. And you know what? And that they're all deadbeats. All I know is Black men that take care of their kids. That's all I know. That's all I know. Now, I mean, even the ones, I even have some cats that have gone to jail. So, I mean, some of my buddies are not the cleanest of cats, but they still take care of their kids. Yeah. This. But that's not what is that stereotypical thing. Yes. Maybe it happened back then. Maybe it was part of the deal. But you got to understand, part of what was happening in society is they were breaking up Black families. They were throwing Black men in jail for anything from vagrancy to looking at somebody cross-eyed. Yeah. Look at the wrong person cross-eyed, you see them. to talk about Black fathers, Black love, the Black family. And it's not because we want to, we want to enlighten you. We want you to understand who we are.
Yeah.
Our family, our people, our culture.
Yeah.
So look at it as a positive thing. This is not one of these things where we're trying to make you feel bad for whatever history we've gone through. It's not like that.
Yeah. Okay? And I want to open it up to a non-judgmental form. So I'm going to open up the speak pipe. And if you guys have any questions, this would be the time to ask when it's not the questions that you think in your head and you're like, oh, I can't ask that because it might be offensive, or I don't want someone to take it the wrong way and say I'm racist or prejudiced or whatever. Those questions that you genuinely want answers to, this is the time to ask.
And I'm gonna take the whole cover off, even if it is offensive, even if it is racist. I don't think that our audience is not coming on here with
ill intent
to jab somebody. Right?
Yeah.
If you're coming from a place of just trying to gain knowledge or understanding, then that's fair. It's fair game.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of times I want to know things, and I know that when I ask it, it's going to sound very racist, or very, and I'll tell people all the time, look, I don't, last thing I'm trying to do is offend, because I was not trying to offend you, but can I ask you this without
being offensive?
Yes.
And I get those questions.
Like I've asked people in the LBGQT community, because that's a community I don't really know well, but I'd like to, and because of the epiphany I've told you about before when I was just sitting back one day.
Yes.
And we'll talk about that later. But when I approach them, whether it be men or women, I always I want to ask because I want to know more. Not so.
It's coming from a place of wanting to be educated.
Yes. Exactly.
So I want to allow you guys to have that space with us over the next few weeks to feel comfortable enough to, if you do have a question or a subject you want us to touch on, I'm going to keep the speak pipe open on our page, and you could just go on and record what you have to say or ask the question or just drop a topic. Say, this is a stereotype that I always thought. Can you help me break this one down, or whatever it is?
Yeah.
I think that it's a good time to do that. I do think that over the next few weeks, I would love to talk about Black history, the importance of Black history, and especially because we're a Black family that's on national TV. I remember when I first started doing reality TV, my first show was Are You the One? And my dad, I was at my grandpa's house. I was at Papa's house, my dad's house. And my dad told me, look where you're at. And I'm like, I'm at Papa's house, but he's like, look where you're at and understand where you came from. And your grandparents are going to watch you on this show. They're going to watch what you do. Your grandpa's going to watch what you do, how you represent his name and who he is. And it was like, don't go on there feeding into the stereotypes. Don't go on there acting a fool, showing your ass. Like, don't go on there feeding into who they would want you to be Black in reality TV. Go on there and represent our family the right way. And it always stuck with me for every show. I did Are You the One? I did The Challenge. And then especially when it was Teen Mom, when it opened up the world of everybody in my family being shown, we now carry the importance of showing what Black families look like. Normal Black families. Right. This is a normal ass Black family. Right. And this is what it looks like. We're not pulling each other's hair out every day. We're not screaming at each other. We're not.
And, I just want to do a shout out to the MTV people real quick, because we did have the conversation in terms of how you would be represented. And, initially you were on this very young show,
I started when I was 22.
Yeah. And
young,
you understand
dumb,
what they did here. They took 10 pretty women, 10 pretty guys, put them in a pretty house.
And pumped us with alcohol.
And Cheyenne showed me she snuck it. You're not supposed to shoot pictures out, but she snuck me a picture one day of the pantry. The pantry was rum, gin, beer, tequila, wine.
It wasn't food.
A box of Cheerios.
It was straight liquor.
Yeah.
They pumped us with liquor.
Yeah. So the thing was, always represent your family well. Don't go on there. And even the MTV, when I first met the producers, I said, look, if you think you're going to get Uncle Willie coming out of the back room drunk with 3 teeth, it's just not going to happen.
We're not that family.
We're not that family. It's not it. So but they've always represented us well. There's times we even have had internal hiccups, and maybe they were around and got it on film, but
it didn't fit. It didn't go. It wasn't it.
Right.
So
right.
I think that overall we have done a really good job at showing Black families on reality TV in a different way than what has been shown on some other platforms and shows. And I want to continue to do that. And with the platform, that it has brought a predominantly white following. I want to allow, I want to have an open forum the next few weeks.
I retract that statement. Like I said, I think it's predominantly white. I don't know if that's the case.
No,
I think
Teen Mom's fan base, I think, is pretty white.
Okay. Wait. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking of the pictures that I see when I look at, Instagram. The people that, and it is a lot of Latinos, a lot of sisters.
Yeah.
Oh, women. I wish I could get some men to follow me. That's what I did. I actually wish I had a audience of young men that I could talk to.
Like you can mentor.
Yeah, because I
keep telling Zach he needs to go back to his high school and find somebody to mentor. Show somebody, go to school, get the grades, go to practice, because when you don't and you think this is what we talked about. It's he was going to NFL. Everybody told him he was going to the NFL. So he said it just got to his head there. At one point he's like, well, why am I going to class if you got to tell me I'm going to the NFL? He's like,
was that good?
Yeah.
Okay.
He had every school, every letter, everything. But he said he started to just not do good in school because everyone was telling him he was going to the NFL. So why am I going to class? He's like, I wish I had somebody who was there humbling me.
Yeah.
And telling me, you still need to go to class. You still need to work hard. You still need to go to practice.
Right.
And not everybody just filling my head with a dream.
Right. Yeah.
And so I'm always go back, find the kid to mentor. I think that mentorship, we have to do better at. In our community, that is something that I think
all communities
do better at.
Just from an older generation, you look at it as how much could I help somebody that is much younger and naive.
Yeah.
Where I was that naive person. And I'm going to tell you, I attribute a lot of my success to people that helped me along the way.
Yeah.
Whether they would have been, professors that were at the JC I went to, or, when I was young and really dumb, you're really young, this kids that were older, they say, look, Kyle, you can do this or you can do that.
Yeah.
So.
I wish I could find some people to mentor right now, or just to speak to in a positive way. But I can't add anything else to my list of things that I'm doing.
Yeah, you're a busybody already. Yeah.
All right, guys.
Okay, so
let us know.
We're gonna talk. Hit us back on the
trips.
On the trips. You're gonna put up a link.
I'm gonna put up a link.
Bites.
Go crazy on Bite Original.
Let me tell you something.
And let us know about what you guys think about the topic for the next few weeks. And SpeakPipe is gonna be open. So
I'd like to open up SpeakPipe also to anybody that is, regardless of your nationality or culture. If there's something you want to tell us about your culture too.
Yeah, I'd love that. Education goes both ways.
Yeah. I'm watching this movie right now on, I don't even know, it's called Animal, but it's Hindu, and it's Hindu subs. Mm-hmm. So I got to read it, so I got to go back. It's a 3-hour movie too. So it's taking me 2 days. But it's a trip because I'm seeing things about, and it's kind of gangster mixed in with some of the regular cultural things. But it's a trip. But just, if you've got some cultural things that you'd like to share with us, beautiful. Let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm excited. As always, don't forget to comment, subscribe, share. Please share, and share some more.
Tell a friend.
And tell a friend.
Yeah.
And we will be back next week with another episode. And I'm excited for the next few weeks.
And I really want you to watch Bites, because I want you to try to make what I made.
Oh God,
so good.
Watch Bite. We're gonna talk more about Bite next week since it comes out on Thursday.
Oh, does it?
It comes out this Thursday.
This Thursday. Okay.
Yes. So next week we could talk about it more once it's out.
And you can teach me how to put a link on there so that if they come and they can just put in.
Yes.
Boom.
Yes.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Good.
Have a great rest of your week.
All right. Bye.